안녕하세요, 키민coree 박키미입니다. Hi, this is Kimi Park from kimincoree, and today we are going to talk about the TOPIK exam. So I'm just about to pass the TOPIK exam for the very first time, and I thought I would document how it goes in 3 times. So right now, just before to take the exam, how I've studied, how far I've gone or not gone in my project before passing the exam, and then my impression right as I'm out of the exam, and then finally discovering which grade I got all together. So when I registered for the TOPIK exam, I thought I just wanted to check my level after almost 5 years of studying Korean and living in Korea for 1 year. I would say that my objective level would be a level 4 because I finished the level 4 at Sogang University and I finished level 4 at the Sejong Institute. So it is my real level because I've passed the exams of each, institution. And if you would like to know more about which other institution I've visited, I have a video where I explain what I've done in the past 4 to 5 years. I'll put the link in the description below. When I registered for the TOPIK exam a few months ago, I thought I would have about 2 months of intensive studying beforehand, meaning that I was aiming to get my level or a little bit above, so like level 4 or maybe level 5 if my studying for it would go well. Unfortunately, life happens, and it turned out that I had only about 2 weeks to study for the exam, so it's not quite the same, 2 weeks, 2 months. And right now I don't feel massively ready for it, if I'm honest. But yeah, let's talk about what I've done in those 2 weeks. So I got these 2 books which were recommended by friends who have passed the TOPIKs several times before. They are the TOPIK II 합격 recipe. 합격 is to pass, recipe is a recipe, so passing recipe, how to pass the exam. There's 2 of them, so there's the peach and the purple. So the purple I've actually not touched it at all. This is just mock exam and the explanation about what's wrong, what's right, etc. at the back. It's really for practicing. But if you were to buy only one of these books, I would recommend to get the peach one. So the peach one is a bit different. It has a little bit of mock exam, but mostly it's explaining how are the questions. So the way it works is that it tells you, like for question number 6, this is this type of question, this is how it works, this is what you should pay attention to, this is a type of answer that could come up, etc. So it really explains how the exam questions are made and give you very extensive list of things to learn by heart if you want to do really well on the day of the exam. It's broken down in level, like level 3, 4, 5, 6, so it progresses. It even gives you here a schedule of like what to study every day if you are studying 7 days a week for 6 weeks intensively before the exam. Now overall, I have to say I agree that it is a really good book. It's quite intense, and also I would say that the fact that everything is written in Korean makes it harder because you have to spend a lot of time even just understanding the explanation of how a question works. But it's really good, and it has a little bit of mock exam. So after level 3, it gives you all the question of level 3 to try once. After level 4, also a mock exam just on the level 4 question. And at the very end, I think it has 2 times a full exam, at 1 time maybe. In this book, I had a look only at question level 3, and so there's 4 questions in the Segi. There's 2 short one in the Segi, which is 51 and 52, a graphic explanation, which is question 53, and a long essay, which is question 54. I had a look at 51, 52, and 53 a little bit, and I totally ignored 54 because I didn't have time. All right, so my initial goal was level 4 and above, I had told you, right? But because I had so little time to study for the exam, I was like, okay, let's be realistic. I started with a mock exam at first and I got a really bad grade, and I thought, okay, this is not an exam I'm very used to. I'm gonna actually try for level 3. I want to be realistic and not be disappointed with my grade, so I'm just gonna give myself an attainable goal to not be too disappointed and pass the exam again, aiming for level 4 or 5 another time, next year, maybe. So I studied a little bit with this one, only level 3, and a little bit the Segi questions, but would recommend this book. The other thing I've done is going through a little bit this News in Korean by kimincoree. I had a full review of this book, so I'll put the link in the description below. It's short an article with translation and explanations. It's a reading sort of like exercise book. Because a lot of the TOPIK exam requires high vocabulary, it's very newsy type of writing, so I thought this would be appropriate. So yeah, but I also did not have time to go through many of them. The last thing I've done is using this book. I don't have it with me right now, but it's the Topic in 30 Days vocabulary prep. It contains about 2,000 words that are relevant for passing the TOPIK exam with example sentences, and sometimes it explains also a little bit the roots of a word. I will make a more in-depth review of this book, but basically the idea is that for 30 days you have 33 words to study with example sentences. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those vocabulary book. And I managed to study up to day 8. So as you can tell, I didn't go very far. And I already knew quite a few of the words in there. So my studying didn't go too well, as you can see, but I've thought about it and how I can do better at the exam, knowing that I feel totally unprepared for it. And my strategy is the following. I feel that I can do pretty well on question level 3, so I'm gonna do all of question level 3. I feel that because of my previous knowledge and how far I've gone in my Korean studies, I can fairly try all the question level 4. So for the Tutki and the Ilgi, I'm going to do the first 32 questions, which are the one that brings you to the end of question level 4. And level 5 and 6, I'm not even going to try it. I'm just going to take a break because also it's really intense as an exam. I'm just going to not listen, not do anything, take a break, just try to relax during the exam while these questions are passing. And what I'm going to do for level 5 and 6 is that I'm just going to pick the same answer for all of those questions. So if I pick answer number 1, I'm going to just put answer number 1 for all of these questions. And the reason is that there is the same number of answer number 1, 2, 3, and 4 which are correct in the whole of the exam. So statistically, I will get some right answers out of those one that I just put, the number 1, right? Because if I try to guess, and I will mostly not guess correctly for these harder level, it's just going to be kind of like random, and it's going to be hard to get the actual correct answer. Whereas with this, I can get some points out. And this is a technique that was given to me by a friend who has passed the exam, who has done classes about how to pass the exam. And this is a technique that is basically well known in the TOPIK passing community. So for Tutki and Sigi, go to question number 32, 33, and then forget about it, answer the same number each time. And then I'm still gonna try to do the writing, so the short answers for 51, 52. I have memorized like 2-3 classic sentences that are useful for question number 53. And then the long essay of question 54, I'm just gonna wing it. Like, I think the best to do is whatever time I have left, just write whatever you can. Anything. Now, I have heard that if you don't go up to a certain limit, like more than half of the answer sheet, they actually don't even look at it and give you 0 point. Can I actually manage to go that far? I'm not sure. We'll see on the day. I don't know. You know, you're making a lot of noise. So yeah, let's hope that everything's gonna go well on the day. I don't think it will, but I don't have a lot of self-confidence. So if you are also about to pass the TOPIK, maybe don't do like me and keep watching YouTube videos about people who passed the TOPIK before and get studying, all right? But good luck to everybody for your revision. Good luck on the day of the exam. Fighting everybody, and I speak to you after the exam. I'm just out of the TOPIK exam. Yeah, it was hard. I knew it was going to be hard because I haven't studied enough for it, but it was even harder than I thought. Some little thing that surprised me is that I saw some Korean who were passing the exam. I assume it's because they are not actually Korean nationals, but they look Korean, they have Korean names and all that, but they probably needed, I don't know, like everybody else normally who's passing the exam, which is for like getting into university, getting a visa for work, etc. I mean, the exam is pretty much what you expect. The only thing that I thought was a bit confusing as a first time passing it was the fact that you have to do this little like lotto looking thing to like write your number. But anyway, that's not so complicated and they explain it to you. We started with the Tutki. I got very confused by one question because I just didn't hear the first sentence because I had to turn the page and I was too slow, and it was question 13. So normally it's still like very beginner level. But I got thrown off by the fact that I didn't hear the first thing that the lady said, panicked because you can only hear it once, and then it was already gone in my head. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail at this because already the easy questions I just failed because I didn't hear it. I had this mentality going through the rest of the questions, so I was kind of panicking and not really focusing. After that, it was the Siggy. I thought I did okay-ish with the graphic, but I got very confused because I forgot to write the myong, like the counter for a person, and then I wanted to add it, but I actually don't know if you can add things in the middle because, you know, there's all the squares that you have to respect. Anyway, so I don't even know if I'm gonna lose point for trying to write it above. Anyway, it's done now.
Give up. 아, 기브업은 포기예요? 아, don't give up. 제발. don't. 아, don't give up. 아, 포기하지 마. give up X. No. 아, don't give up 맞죠? don't give up. 아니, 나는 이게 힘내라고 하고 싶었는데. 화이팅. 아, 치열업. 아, 치열업. 내가 하고 싶은 말. 치열업이었어요, 치열업. Don't give up. No. 치열업. 오케이. So stupid.
Then for the question 51 and 52, the first one of 51 I got very confused and it took me a very long time to figure out, well actually I didn't figure out what to write, so I literally just wrote like 합니다, which is not the right answer at all, and I know that.
So stupid.
But the other 3 bits to write I was okay, and then when it came to 54, so the big like essay to write, that was awful. That was really bad. I tried it. It was the worst writing I've ever done in my life.
Give up.
The topic was what the development of internet is doing to the human world. So I still wrote 400 characters, but I'm hardly expecting to get any points for that.
Give up.
The level of writing and the number of mistakes I must have made in this are really high, and because I couldn't think of anything, I kept writing the exact same grammar point and it was just awful. If I can get like 2-3 points out of it, it would be great. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they're grading anything if the whole text is terrible, just for the fact that you tried. Can I get you tried points, please? Yeah, I have no idea how they grade it. Anyway.
Give up.
So the 쓰기 was probably the worst part. The 듣기, because I panicked, was not great. The 읽기 is the only one where I'm kind of like, oh, that was okay-ish. But before question 30, there was still a lot of questions that I was just guessing. Otherwise, as part of the experience, I also met with 2 other girls who were sitting there and I was just chatting with. They were very nice. It's very funny that one of them actually, we used to live in the same Goshiwon at the same time back in Seoul. How, like, you know, what a coincidence is that. But we actually never met. It just shows how much like people don't meet the other people who live in the same Goshiwon as them. Overall, I knew that I was passing this particular topic as an experience and as a mock test to pass it properly next year. But honestly, right now I feel like, oh, it really wasn't fun. And passing the exam, studying for the exam, the content of what you have to learn for the exam. So I'm wondering if it's even worth it to do it. I don't know. We'll see. And I'll get the results in, I think, 6 weeks. Let's see. Okay, so today, Percy, what are we gonna do? We are gonna check my result for the TOPIK exam. Actually, the results were out yesterday, but when I logged into the website, am I boring you? But when I tried to log into the website, there was 6,000 people waiting to log in. So I just decided to try today. I have to go onto it and 2 people are waiting today. So it's not too bad at all. And I'm in. So once you're onto the website, you have to give which test you were doing. For me, it was the 90th topic test. You have to give the number that they give to you on the day and your date of birth. Let's see what we got, right? Clicking, loading, it found me. 합격! Oh, I got 합격, which means passed, which means that I got level 3. I got 163 points, Percy. Wait. Is that more? Is that... What do you see? Anything? It gives you like the topic, your number, where you did it, your score, the average. The average is 54. I passed it, okay. Print, so you can print it. It's loading. Mommy got the topic. Level 4! 사급! Oh my god, 사급! So actually I got level 4. Oh my god. So I got 54 at listening, 51 at writing, and 58 at reading. 박수?
박수!
박수 가자.
다시.
박수 마.
좀 더 박수!
잘했어 마. Yeah, that's very unexpected. I thought the test was really hard, but yeah, I did not expect that at all. Oh my god, I thought it was hard. I really thought it was really hard. I think, honestly, because I felt very unready on the day of the test, I think there is part luck and part good intuition, because there was a lot of questions where I knew for sure it was not these two answers, but I didn't really know between the other two, especially for the questions at level 4. Then my strategy was not answering anything that was level 5 and 6, but always answering the same question to be sure that I would get some extra points. Yeah, it's a technique that worked, apparently. Yeah. Wow, I'm really happy with this result. It makes me feel a little bit better because I thought I really messed up on the day. I was really disappointed with myself as well for things that happened in my life which made me not being able to actually study. So with about 2 weeks prep and almost 5 years of Korean studying, this is the result I got on this very difficult test. So yeah, pretty good. It made me feel that, yeah, now I could get a much better result if I were to study properly for it. Maybe next year, we'll see. What about you guys? Have you passed the topic before? Did you find it really hard on the first time? Did you find it really hard on the other times? Let's discuss our experiences with topic in the comments. And if you are about to pass the topic soon, 화이팅! You can do it. You can even do better than you think, as it was my case. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I see you in my next one. 여러분, 봐주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕.